Okay. Assalamualaikum and hello to Madam Azilah. So this is our group project for our group, which is a database for takeaway delivery cafe. And these are our group members. Aku Muhammad Ihsanuddin bin Ishak, Gau Kai Chuan, then Irfan bin Zainudin, and also myself, Danial bin Azarin. So in our database, we propose to make a database for a cafe. So our database is purposed to organize the orders and also the ingredient logistics for the takeaway delivery cafe. Takeaway delivery is the name of the cafe. And we will demonstrate this database manipulation. For the first part will be projection and aggregation by Gau Kai Chuan and also Danial Irfan bin Zainudin. For the inner and outer join, as well as the nested and subqueries, it will be myself, Danial bin Azarin, and also Ku Muhammad Ihsanuddin bin Ishak, who will be demonstrating that part. So without further ado, we will proceed with the demonstration. So for the first part will be selection and aggregation. Gau Kai Chuan, the floor is yours.
Okay, so for aggregation, question 1, how many customer that is located in Jebat? So for the syntax is select from customer where customer location equals to Jebat. So the output will be as below. So we open Apex and then we type in the SQL. And then it will show the output like this. So it shows that the customer location for both customer is Jebat. And then for the first customer is Kai, and the second customer is Teo. And for Kai, the customer method is by using Grab. And then for Teo is by using Foodpanda. And the rider ID is R1 and R2. For the second question, what is the average of all rider wage? The syntax is select average rider wage as average from rider. The output is as below. So the output, which average is 13.4. So for question 3, find the highest wage and the lowest wage from delivery wage. The syntax is select min rider wage max rider wage from rider. The output is below. So we can see that the minimum rider wage is 10 and the max is 20. For question 4, find the number of supplier for Magnum. The syntax is select supplier name, count supplier name from supplier, where supplier name equals to Magnum, group by supplier name. The output is as below. So the output for supplier name Magnum is the count is 1. So the last question is find the number of salary below than 200 RM for each kitchen role. So the syntax is select kitchen role, count kitchen salary from kitchen, where kitchen salary is less than 200 grouped by kitchen role. The output is as below. So the output, the first kitchen row is fries cook. The count is 1, Then the second one is chicken cook, and the count is also 1. And then the third one is drink prep, and the count is 1. And the last one is ice cream cook, and the count is 1. So for the next one is for the selection projection. So the first question is, to retrieve the kitchen role, identify by kitchen whose salary is more than 160. The SQL is select kitchen ID, kitchen salary from kitchen, where kitchen salary is bigger than 160. So the output is for the kitchen ID K2, the kitchen salary is 180. And then for kitchen ID K1, the kitchen salary is 200. For question 2, to retrieve information of supplier which are located in Turkey town, the SQL is select from supplier where supplier location equals to Turkey town. So the output is supplier ID S2, supplier location Turkey town, supplier name Kentucky, supplier contact 012-333-2222, supplier address Turkey Road 2, kitchen ID is K2. So the next question is, list all takeaway orders that have takeaway price greater than 10. So the SQL is select from takeaway where takeaway pricing is more than 10. So the output has 2. For the first takeaway ID, T1, the takeaway name is steak, takeaway pricing is 20, and the kitchen ID is K1. Then for takeaway ID T2, takeaway name is chicken chop, and the pricing is 15, and the ID is K2. So question 4, to produce a list of salaries for all riders, showing only rider ID, name, and wage details. The SQL is select rider ID, rider name, rider wage from rider. So the output is like this. Rider ID number 1, R1. The rider name is Ihsan and his wage is 10. And then the R2, rider name is Afif and the rider wage is 12. For R3, the rider name is 1 and his rider wage is 10. For R4 is Kim and his rider wage is 15. And then for rider ID R5, the rider name is Safura and her her rider wage is 20. And then the last question, to produce a list of information for all ingredients, with showing only ingredient ID and name. So the SQL is select ingredient ID, ingredient name from ingredient. So the output is like this. Ingredient ID I1, the ingredient name is meat. For I2 is chicken. For I3 is soda drink. For I5 is magnum. And for I4 is potatoes. So now I will pass to Danial bin Azarin to present the next part.
Okay, for the next part will be about the inner and outer join. So the first question is to retrieve information of rider name who made delivery for customer. Display only the rider ID, rider name, rider contact, customer name, and customer location. Therefore, the SQL command would be select r.rider ID, rider name, rider contact, c.rider ID, customer name, customer location from rider r, customer C, where rider R dot rider ID equals to C dot rider ID. The output should be as follows. Therefore, in the output, we will see that the rider IDs are as follow: R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R4, R3, and R4. The rider names are Ihsan, Afif, Izwan, Safura, Kim, Izwan, and Kim. The rider contacts will be using WhatsApp, Telegram, phone, WhatsApp, phone, and WhatsApp. So the rider IDs again will be R1, R2, R3, R5, R4, R3, and R4. And the customers for them are Kai, Theo, Cheng, Tay, Dionys, Lo, and Albert. So where are the customers located in is at Jebat, Tuah, Lekeh, Lestari, Tuah, and Tuah. Moving on, we have to retrieve the information of rider Ihsan, displaying his rider ID, rider name, rider contact, customer name, and customer location. The syntax will be select rider ID, rider name, rider contact, customer name, and customer location from rider using natural join customer where rider name is Ihsan. So this is the output: rider ID, R1, rider name is Ihsan, rider contact WhatsApp, customer name will be Kai, and also the customer location Jebat. Next is to find the customer ID, name, location, and method for rider is one. The syntax will be select customer ID, customer name, customer location, customer method from rider R, customer C, where rider dot rider ID equals to C dot rider ID, and rider and R dot rider name is one. So the customer IDs will be C6, customer name will be Cheng, customer location is Tuah, and the customer contacted the rider using the method grab. For customer ID C3, customer name is Loh, customer location is also in Tuah, and customer method is also using grab. Then we have the join, the outer join for the kitchen and also the supplier. For kitchen and also supplier. So the syntax will be select k dot asterisk and s dot asterisk from kitchen k left join supplier s on k dot kitchen id equals to s dot kitchen id. So this is the left join. You should be getting this output, which is the kitchen ID, the kitchen roles, the kitchen salary, the supply ID, supplier location, supplier name, supplier contact, supplier address, and also kitchen ID. K5 ice cream coke 120, S5 Magnum Park, Magnum 013 888 777, Magnum Street 5, K5. K2 kitchen coke 180, S2 Taki Town, Kentucky 012 333 42. Taki Road 2, K2. Then K4 fries cook 140, S3 Sprite Park, Sprite 01422 6666, Jalan Sprite K4. Then we have K4 fries cook, fries cook 140, S4 Porter Avenue, Potato Man 015 777, 4 zeros. Potato Lane 4, K4. Then K1 Meat Cook 200, S1 Taman Kobe with farm 011-222-43 Jalan Air 1 K1 and K3 drink prep 160 and no input, no output there. So this for the left join. For the outer join, select K dot asterisk comma S dot asterisk from kitchen K, right join supply S on K dot kitchen ID equals to S dot kitchen ID. This is should be the output. So this is the right join. Right join, you should get this output, which is, oh wait, sorry, there. Yeah, we should get this result. So kitchen ID, kitchen row, kitchen salary, supply ID, supply location, supply name, supply contact, supply address, and kitchen ID. We should get K2 kitchen code 180, S2 Turkey Town, Kentucky 012 333 42 Turkey Road 2 K2. K4 should be Fries Cook 140, S3 Sprite Park, Sprite 014 222 46 Jalan Sprite 3 K4. K4 Fries Cook 140, S4 Water Avenue, Potato Man 015 777 4 zeros, Portet Lane 4 K4. K5 Ice Cream Cook 120, S5 Magnum Park Magnum 013 888 47 Magnum Street 5 K5, and also K1 Meat Cook 200 S1 Taman Kobe Beef Farm 011 222 3333 Jalan Air 1 K1. So that is all for the inner and outer join. Moving on, we have the selection for the nested and subquery, which is done by Daniel. So first we will have the find full address of supplier that provides ingredient I5. So the syntax will be select full address from addressing where supplier in supplier ID from supplier where supplier ID equals to select supplier ID from provider where ingredient I5. And we will display the full address, which is Magnum Street, Brussels Lane. Next, we have the search for customer details that were receiving takeaway from rider 3. So the syntax will be select customer ID, customer name, customer location, and customer method from customer. Where rider ID, select rider ID from rider, where rider ID R3. And we should get this. So the customer ID will be C6, customer name will be Chang, customer location is Tua, and also the customer method will be Grab. And the customer ID will be C3, customer name is Low, customer location is Tua, and also the customer method is Grab. Next we have to find out the total number of riders as total riders, average wage as average, sum of all wages as total wage, the highest wage as highest pay, and the lowest wage as cheapest wage for riders that demand delivery wage lower than 20 ringgit and uses WhatsApp to contact. So the syntax will be select asterisk from select count rider ID, total riders, average rider wage, average, sum rider wage, total wage, max rider wage, highest pay, and mean rider wage, cheapest pay from rider, where rider wage less than 20 and rider contact WhatsApp. We should get this output, which is the total riders there are two riders. The average of the delivery wage is 12.5. The total wage of both riders is 25. The highest pay will be 15 and the cheapest pay will be 10. Then we have to help calculate the total kitchen workers. The total payment for the kitchen salary and find out what's the highest payment for salary except for meat takeaway. So the syntax will be select count, kitchen ID, total cooks, sum kitchen salary, payday, max kitchen salary as highest pay from kitchen, where kitchen in, select kitchen ID from takeaway, where takeaway name is not equal to meat. The output should be, there are 5 cooks and the total payment for all those 5 cooks are 800 and the highest payment would be 200. And last but not least, we have find the yearly payment for the kitchen personnel and the yearly income for each takeaway and the average for each takeaway in an year. So the syntax would be select sum kitchen salary times multiply by 12 as yearly expenditure, and then sum takeaway pricing multiply 365 as yearly income, and average takeaway pricing multiply 365 divided by 5 as daily income from kitchen full joint takeaway on kitchen ID equal to takeaway.kitchen ID. We should be getting this. We should be getting this output, which is the yearly expenditure for takeaway delivery cafe will be 9,600 ringgit. The yearly income of the cafe would be 16,790 ringgit, and the daily income by average would be 671 ringgit dot 60 cents. And so that is all our manipulation part for our group. So representing our group members, Gau Kai Chuan, Muhammad Ihsanuddin, Daniel Irfan, and also myself, Daniel, I would like to say thank you to listening to our presentation. Thank you. Okay.